Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I hope you are doing very well today. I would like to take this opportunity, if I may, to speak to you about a certain filmmaker whose works I think are fairly well represented in the current Criterion Collection. So what I thought I'd do would be to speak to you very briefly about the films that are in the current collection by this particular filmmaker. And it's good timing too, because very recently one of his other films was released again by the Criterion Collection. That film is The Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice, and the filmmaker's name is Yasujiro Ozu. So what I'd like to do today, if you don't mind, is just go over the physical media releases of the films of Yasujiro Ozu in the current Criterion Collection. So this video is not meant to be a broad overview of the entirety of Yasujiro Ozu's filmography. What I just want to do is I want to share with you the current situation with respect to the physical media releases of Yasujiro Ozu films in the Criterion Collection. And also, if the opportunity presents itself, I'd also like to show you some other English-supported Yasujiro Ozu film releases that have been made by other labels outside of Criterion. So if you're interested, please won't you join me in this brief overview, if you will, of Yasujiro Ozu films' physical media releases. I should note also that many of the films that I will be talking about I know are available, at least as far as I am aware, on the current Criterion Channel streaming service. I don't have the streaming service directly, so I can't verify directly about this, but I understand that many of the films that I'm going to be talking about today do appear, and there are some notable exceptions which I will go over if I can over the course of this video. But many of his films already appear on the Criterion Channel streaming service. And so if you are interested in trying to get a majority of Ozu films, because there are quite a number of his films that are currently in existence, that have survived, one of the great resources that I think one can avail oneself of is, of course, the Criterion Channel streaming service, along with, of course, the physical media releases that I will be going over in a moment. So just again, for your consideration. And for those of you who are Criterion Channel experts, if you have any comments or any additional thoughts or any supplemental information that you might have, please feel free to share it with me, share it with us in the comment section below. I'm sure there would be people who might be appreciative of it. I certainly would be. So if you have anything else to add, of course, please feel free to add it in the comment section below. I should say finally, before I begin, that I am not in any way a Ozu film completionist, in that I do not try to go out of my way to get every single version of every single release of a Yasujiro Ozu film that has ever been made. I think that kind of endeavor is wonderful, and I'm sure there are many physical media collectors out there who have such a collection. If so, then I applaud your great efforts. I think it's really wonderful. I, unfortunately, cannot go that far, and so I have done the best that I can with the resources that are available to me. So that is what I'm going to show you in a moment, which is the result of such efforts on my part. So With that out of the way, my friends, here are the Yasujiro Ozu films that are in the Criterion Collection, as well as the films that aren't in the Criterion Collection, but you might have the possibility of watching them through other labels. So here we go. Please note that Yasujiro Ozu's career has spanned many, many years, from I think 1927 all the way up to 1962. And my understanding is that throughout that time span, he made or directed 54 films in total. 54 films. I think I have that right. 54 films. And unfortunately, not all of them are known to have survived. So of those films that he made, the films that are currently known to be surviving are 37. So there are 37 works that are considered to be surviving films by Ozu. So many of those films are available in pretty decent, high-quality, English-supported releases. There are a couple of exceptions, and I'll get to those in a moment. So let's go over these 37 titles. The earliest surviving film directed by Yasujiro Ozu is in fact the 8th film that he directed, and this is from 1929. The film is called Days of Youth. Days of Youth, that's the English title, Days of Youth. Now, unfortunately, as far as I am aware, the film Days of Youth does not currently appear on the current lineup of the Criterion Channel streaming service. Also, as far as I am aware, the film does not appear in any kind of Criterion physical media release, whether it be in an individual release or a supplement on another individual release. Unfortunately, this film does not appear to be available, at least as of now, in any kind of Criterion medium. However, what you see here is a DVD set from the United Kingdom. This is from the BFI, and the BFI has released this lovely set, which is student comedies and includes a number of the early works of Yasujiro Ozu, included in which is the film Days of Youth. So if you have an adequate DVD player that can play UK DVDs, then this is the place to go if you want to get the earliest surviving Ozu film, which is Days of Youth. Next is Ozu's 9th film, and this is also from 1929, and this is the film called Wasei Kenka Tomodachi. In English, it's known as Fighting Friends Japanese Style. So Fighting Friends Japanese Style. Unfortunately, this film exists only in a fragment. In other words, only a portion of the film is known to exist. And also, please note that as far as I am aware, I don't know of any kind of official release that has English support, English language support. There might be a release out there that I am not aware of. Maybe there might also be so-called bootleg releases or unofficial releases that one might look for online or something. Again, I'm not sure of those details or information. But, and also I know that this film I don't think is currently available on any kind of Criterion Channel streaming service. So as far as I am aware, there is no official release in English of this film, Wasei Kenka Tomodachi, or Fighting Friends Japanese Style. So this is the DVD that I have, which is a Japanese DVD, which is from this DVD set that I have of Yasujiro Ozu films. This is the 5th set of a multi-set collection. And unfortunately, also, the film apparently does not exist in a complete form. Only a fragment or a portion of the film exists. So you only get a portion of the film as part of this DVD collection. But it's here, and it's better than having nothing at all. So this is Wasei Kenka Tomodachi. It's not in the Criterion Collection as of now, but it would be really nice to see one day, perhaps in a supplement or in an individual release of some sort, or at the very least in streaming. It would be really nice to have. Next is the film, which is the 10th film that Yasujiro Ozu directed. This is also from 1929. This is a film that, unfortunately, as far as I am aware, no complete version seems to be in existence, so you only get a fragment, but still a fragment is better than nothing. And as far as I'm aware, too, this film does not appear on any physical media release from the Criterion Collection. It does appear on this BFI release that I showed earlier, the Student Comedies, the DVD UK release from the BFI. It exists as a fragment, as a special feature, as part of this 2-disc set. So if you get this set, not only are you getting a number of his earlier films, but you're also getting the fragment of I Graduated But. Also, I should point out that my information is such that I understand that I Graduated But is available to watch on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So I believe my information is correct there. So if I am indeed correct, then you can begin to watch that film, or at least the fragment, right, that is available if you are a subscriber to the Criterion Channel. So otherwise, you can try to find it on this English language supported release from the BFI. Again, this is a DVD from the UK. Next is a film from 1929, and this film is Ozu's 12th film. And this is the film called Tokkan Kozo, and the English title is A Straightforward Boy. A Straightforward Boy does appear as a supplement to the latest Blu-ray release of the film Good Morning from the Criterion Collection. Also, I understand that A Straightforward Boy can be seen on the Criterion Channel streaming service. There is also I think it's also available, yes, if you are a fan of the BFI, there is this BFI DVD set here, which is a disc set here, really lovely, and A Straightforward Boy is included as a supplemental feature as part of this set from the UK. So as far as I'm aware, there are a number of options that are available to one if one is seeking to watch A Straightforward Boy. Next, we have the 14th film by Yasujiro Ozu. This is from 1930. This is the film called Walk Cheerfully. Now, I'm very happy to say that this film also is seemingly readily available in a number of different media. So, for example, I think there is this, which is part of the Silent Ozu 3 crime dramas Eclipse set. So this is Eclipse set number 42. So this is one of the discs here, Walk Cheerfully. And it's I think it's a DVD, and there are no supplements on it because it's an Eclipse set, but the presentation is lovely all the same. Also, I should say that I understand that this film is also available on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So Walk Cheerfully. Next is the film from 1930. This is the film I Flunked But. I Flunked But. So this is Ozu's 15th film, and as far as I understand, I Flunked But does not appear on any Criterion Collection physical media release. I think it appears on the Criterion Channel streaming service, though, so you can check it out there if you are a subscriber to the Criterion Channel. It also appears, once again, on this BFI DVD set from the United Kingdom. So I Flunked But is included here as well. So this is turning out to be a very full DVD set. So if you have a UK player or a UK compatible player for the UK DVDs, then this set might be the place to go. Highly worth it. Again, I flunked but. Next is the film from 1930, and this is the film called That Night's Wife. That Night's Wife is available from the Criterion Collection Eclipse Series number 42, Silent Ozu 3 crime dramas, which we showed earlier. So this is the second film in that DVD set. This is also available, I understand, on the Criterion channel. And also I should point out that the film is also available on the Gangster Films DVD from the BFI, as well as Walk Cheerfully. So there's that. So there are plenty of options with respect to trying to watch That Night's Wife. Next is Ozu's 20th film. This is from 1931. This is the film The Lady and the Beard. Now, I understand that The Lady and the Beard does not appear on any current Criterion Collection physical media release. I think it appears on the Criterion Channel streaming service, though, so that is good news, if I'm indeed correct about that. It also appears, though, once again, on the BFI DVD set, The Student Comedies, so it appears on the second disc here. So here is The Lady and the Beard on this, what's turning out to be a very wonderfully comprehensive set of early films by Yasujiro Ozu. Once again, The Lady and the Beard. Next, we have the film from 1931. This is the film Tokyo Chorus. So the film Tokyo Chorus, I understand, appears on the Criterion Collection physical media release lineup as a DVD as part of the Eclipse Series number 10, Silent Ozu 3 Family Comedies. This film, I think, also appears, as far as I understand it, on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So here we go, Tokyo Chorus. And this is the film from 1932, which is I Was Born But. I Was Born But. So the Criterion Collection presents this film in a number of different ways, actually. So first, let me show you this, which is the DVD, which is, again, part of the Silent Ozu 3 Family Comedies Eclipse Series number 10, I Was Born But. The film, interestingly enough, though, also is a supplement on the Good Morning Blu-ray. So we have the film that appears in DVD form, and also it appears as a supplement to the Blu-ray of Good Morning. It also appears, as far as I understand it, as a film that is available on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So it is available in different modes. So this is the film I Was Born But. This is from 1932. This is the film Where Now Are the Dreams of Youth? Where Now Are the Dreams of Youth? At the moment, I understand that the film Where Now Are the Dreams of Youth does not appear on any Criterion physical media release. However, I understand that it does appear as a film that can be watched on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So if I am indeed correct on that, that's another reason to subscribe to the Criterion Channel. But it also appears, fortunately for those of us who are into physical media, it does appear again on this BFI set on the second disc here. So Where Now Are the Dreams of Youth? This is the film which is from 1933. This is called A Tokyo Woman, or A Woman of Tokyo. So as far as I understand it, this film does not appear on any Criterion Collection physical media release, unfortunately. However, I do understand that this appears on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So there you go, yet another reason to get the streaming service. But it does appear on this DVD set from the United Kingdom. This is once again from the BFI, but this is the 3 melodramas set of Yasujiro Ozu films. So the first film that is included in this set is the film Woman of Tokyo. This is from 1933. This is the film Dragnet Girl. So Dragnet Girl appears as a DVD, again as part of this Eclipse series number 42 DVD set, Silent Ozu 3 Crime Dramas. I think it also appears on the Gangster Films BFI release from the United Kingdom, the DVD set, which I have here. It also appears, as far as I understand it, as a film that can be watched on the Criterion channel. So once again, we have the film Dragnet Girl. From 1933 is the film Passing Fancy. Passing Fancy, I understand, can be seen on the Criterion channel streaming service. It can also be seen here, which is the DVD from the Eclipse Series 10 Silent Ozu 3 Family Comedies. This film is from 1934. The film is called A Mother Should Be Loved. A Mother Should Be Loved, I understand, does not appear on any Criterion Collection physical media release at the moment. I do understand, though, that it appears on the Criterion channel streaming service. So if I am indeed correct about that, then please check out the Criterion channel streaming service. But I should point out that we have this Blu-ray, or it's a dual format release that was made by the BFI, and it's Blu-ray and DVD, so there are 2 discs. On the DVD disc of this set, we have the film A Mother Should Be Loved. So this is, I understand it, yes, it's from the United Kingdom, and as far as I understand, the DVD is zone locked, so I'm not quite sure about that actually, but it does play on my player, which is an international player or region-free, zone-free player. So in any event, this is from the United Kingdom. This is the BFI release of Late Autumn, and the second disc, which is a DVD, includes the film A Mother Should Be Loved. This is the film called A Story of Floating Weeds from 1934. So Story of Floating Weeds from 1934. We have this release from the Criterion Collection. This is the DVD individual release spine number 232. There are 2 films on this release. It's a double disc DVD set. As you can see, it has the thickness of a double disc release. And this has another film, which I'll get to in a moment, but the film A Story of Floating Weeds does appear here in the Criterion Collection. It also appears on the Criterion channel streaming service. This is from 1935. This film is called, in English, An Inn in Tokyo. An Inn in Tokyo. Now, I have here the Japanese DVD, and this DVD does not have any English language support, unfortunately, but this DVD is part of this set, which is the DVD set, the 5th DVD set from the multi-set collection of Yasujiro Ozu films that have been made available on DVD here in Japan. I should point out that I understand that, well, this film does appear on the Criterion channel streaming service, so you can watch that film, if I am correct. You can watch that film if you are a subscriber to that service. I do also understand that there is, I think, a DVD release with English subtitles that is maybe out of Hong Kong. Perhaps, I'm not sure. You might be able to find more information online about that. I'm not sure as to the details of that, but and I don't have that. But this is to say that if my information is correct about the Criterion channel, then at the very least you'd be able to watch it if you are a subscriber to the Criterion channel. Otherwise, I would suggest that you search online for any information about a physical media release that has English language support. Other than that, we have the film, or at least I have the film here in this Japanese DVD release. Again, this is An Inn in Tokyo. Next is the 35th film by Ozu. This is from 1935. and it's the documentary, the short documentary film, which is pictured here, called Kagami Jishi, which is a documentary about a certain type of Japanese folk dance. And this DVD, unfortunately, does not have any English language support. It does appear as, again, part of this Japanese DVD box set, which I've showed earlier. So this is the documentary Kagami Jishi. As far as I understand it, this film is not available on the Criterion channel. It is not available in any physical media release that has English support, at least as far as I understand it. So I'm not sure if one can watch this with English subtitles or the like. There might be a version out there, and if so, I hope you can find it. But this is one of the films that I think, at least in terms of official releases, I don't think has one that has English language support. If you have any information to the contrary, please let me know and I'd be very happy to hear it. But this is unfortunately one of those films that I think is very difficult to obtain with English language support, unless one tries to find certain other means, maybe a bootleg, I'm not sure. But in any event, this is the film Kagami Jishi, Ozu's 35th film. Next is the film from 1936. This is Ozu's 36th film. The film is called The Only Son. Now, I know it's available through other means, but I have the Criterion DVD right here, which is part of this box set, Criterion DVD box set, which is spine number 524. The Only Son is spine number 525, by the way. The film, I understand, also is available to view on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So here he is, The Only Son, the film by Ozu. Next we have Ozu's 37th film, and this is the film from 1937, which is called What Did the Lady Forget? What Did the Lady Forget? Now, fortunately, the film is available as a supplemental feature as part of the latest release from the Criterion Collection of the film The Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice. So once again, the film What Did the Lady Forget is available as a supplement to this recent release by the Criterion Collection. I should say also that I understand that the film is available on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So that's another great reason to get the Criterion Channel streaming service. Also, in case you're interested, it does appear on the UK BFI dual format release of early summer, and this is the dual format release. So the film What Did the Lady Forget appears on the second DVD disc of this particular release. So again, the film What Did the Lady Forget? Next is the film, Ozu's 38th film, and this is from 1941. This is the film Brothers and Sisters of the Toda Family. So Brothers and Sisters of the Toda Family. This film, I understand it, at the moment it does not appear on any Criterion Collection physical media release. It does appear, though, on the Criterion Channel streaming service, so you should check that out if you can. Also, the BFI, once again, it has its Tokyo Story dual format release. On the second disc, which is the DVD, the film Brothers and Sisters of the Toda Family appears. So if you're looking for a physical media release option, this is the way to go, at least as far as I understand it. Maybe this might change in the future with a possible Criterion release. That would be great. But as far as things go right now, you have this or you have the Criterion Channel. So once again, the film Brothers and Sisters of the Toda Family. Next is the 39th film, directed by Ozu, and this is from 1942, which is the film There Was a Father. Now, There Was a Father appears on this Criterion DVD, which is 526, and it appears as this box set, included in which is also the only son, which I spoke about earlier. So this is the film, again, from 1942, There Was a Father. In case you're interested, the film There Was a Father also appears as the second feature that is included in the dual format release of Equinox Flower from the BFI. So There Was a Father appears on the second DVD disc of this BFI release. Next is the film from 1947. This is the 40th film that was by Ozu, and this is the film called Record of a Tenement Gentleman. Now, I understand that Record of a Tenement Gentleman at the moment is not available on any Criterion physical media release. It is available, though, on the Criterion channel streaming service, as far as I understand it. If one is looking for a physical media release that has English language support, I understand that the Tartan DVD label released Record of a Tenement Gentleman on one of its Ozu releases. So this is the Ozu release. It's Yasujiro Ozu Volume 2 from Tartan Video. This is the DVD from the United Kingdom. So it is zone locked, so you're going to have a player that is appropriate for playing Zone 2 DVDs. Again, this is the release of the film on a physical media release with English language support. So if you're interested, you should try to find this set if you can. I'm not sure as to its availability. It might be out of print, I'm not sure. But if you are unable to track this down, at the very least, I understand that you can watch the film on the Criterion channel streaming service. So once again, Record of a Tenement Gentleman. Next is Ozu's 41st film. This is from 1948, and the film is called A Hen in the Wind. It's a very interesting film, A Hen in the Wind. This film does not appear on any Criterion physical media release. It does appear, I understand it, on the Criterion channel streaming service. But if you're looking for a physical media release, it does appear on the BFI dual format release of An Autumn Afternoon. So the film A Hen in the Wind appears on the second disc, the DVD disc of this particular release from the BFI. So if you're interested in a physical media release and you are okay with UK DVDs, then here you go, the film A Hen in the Wind. Next is the film from 1949. This is the 42nd film by Ozu, and it's called Late Spring. Now, Late Spring has a number of releases. There is this release from the Criterion Collection. This also appears, I understand it, on the Criterion channel. This has also been released by the BFI, not to mention the recent Japanese Blu-ray release that has English language support. So there are a number of options that one has available to one with respect to being able to watch this film Late Spring. I happen to have the Criterion Blu-ray here. This is spine number 331, once again from 1949, the film Late Spring. Next is the film from 1950. Now this is the 43rd film by Ozu, and the film is called in English the Munekata Sisters. The Munekata Sisters. I have here the Japanese DVD of the Munekata Sisters. It slides out like so, and we have the DVD here. This unfortunately does not have any English language support. So also, I understand that this does not appear on any official physical media release by the Criterion Collection or by the BFI. I also understand that it does not, at the moment anyway, appear on any streaming service, the Criterion channel or otherwise. So unfortunately, I don't think it is available in English under any kind of official release. I do understand that maybe it might have been available on maybe a Hong Kong release somewhere, I'm not sure. But even so, I'm not sure as to if it's readily available or not, in English anyway. So this is one of the films that is, I think, fairly difficult to get one's hands on through official distribution channels anyway, in English. So if you have any information about this film, about any English language support releases of this film, it would be very interesting to hear about it. And this obviously would be a great contender for any possible, say, Criterion Collection release in the future. It would be great to have this film released in the Criterion Collection. But in any event, we have this film, the Munekata Sisters. Next is the 44th film by Ozu. This is the film from 1951. The film is called Early Summer. Now, the release I have here is Spine number 240, the DVD individual release by the Criterion Collection. There have been a number of releases of this film, in fact. This has been released on dual format Blu-ray by the BFI, which is right here. This has also been released on a Japanese Blu-ray that has English language capability, English subtitles, which is right here as well. This is a really nice edition of that, by the way. It also appears on the Criterion Channel streaming service, if I'm not mistaken. So there are a number of ways to watch this. This is the DVD for the Criterion Collection. So perhaps, who knows, it might be interesting to see this upgraded to blue one of these days. But in any event, we have this from the Criterion Collection, as well as other options that are available to one if you are seeking to watch the film Early Summer. Next is the 45th film by Ozu. This is from 1952. This is the aforementioned film, The Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice. This is spine number 989. Now, this had recently appeared on this Japanese Blu-ray, which also has English language support, but this is the recent release. Actually, I just got this in the mail maybe a day or so ago, and so I haven't had the opportunity yet to dive into this particular Criterion release of this, but I do know the film, and I am very happy to see it in the Criterion Collection. So anyway, The Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice. This is also available, as far as I understand it, in the Criterion Channel streaming service. It was also made available in this Ozu DVD set from Tartan DVD, which I showed earlier, which was together with The Record of a Tenement Gentleman. But again, it's great to see it in the Criterion Collection at last. So, The Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice. Next is the 1953 film, which is Tokyo Story. This is the 46th film by Ozu, and we have the Blu-ray release here. And this was also released on an earlier DVD by the Criterion Collection. This has also been released by the BFI. This has also been released on Japanese Blu-ray, and so this is readily available. This is also available, I understand it, on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So there, I'm sure, are many options for this particular film, Tokyo Story. Next is the 47th film by Ozu, and this is the film called Early Spring. Early Spring from 1956. So this is the DVD that is part of the Eclipse Series 3 called Late Ozu. So Late Ozu. So this is a Early Spring. The film, for your information, does appear also on this particular Blu-ray, which I have, which is from Japan. Very interesting Blu-ray. The film also appears, I understand it, on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So once again, we have the film from 1956. The film is Early Spring. Next is the film from 1957. The film is Tokyo Twilight, which is Ozu's 48th film. This is a film that appears again in this Late Ozu Criterion Eclipse DVD set. This film, by the way, I understand it also appears on the Criterion Channel streaming service, which is great. if you're interested, it also appears on this Blu-ray from Japan, which does have English subtitles. So, but anyway, this is the film Tokyo Twilight from 1957. Next is the film from 1958, which is called Equinox Flower. This is the DVD that once again appears as part of the DVD Eclipse series, Late Ozu, Eclipse series number 3. And this also has been released subsequently on Blu-ray as well by the BFI, and also on Japanese Blu-ray. And I have them here somewhere. So you can also find this on Blu-ray if you're looking for it. There is also the option, as I understand it, of watching this film on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So once again, 1958's Equinox Flower. Next is the 50th film by Ozu. This is from 1959. This is the film Good Morning. This has been released on many physical media releases, the BFI in Japan on Japanese Blu-ray, and also this is the later release by the Criterion Collection. Of course, this was released by the Criterion Collection as an earlier DVD and also an earlier Laserdisc. But here we have the 4K restoration, the latest release from the Criterion Collection, spine number 84. So this is the film Good Morning. I understand also that this film, yes, if I am not mistaken, does appear as a film that can be watched on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So once again, the film is Good Morning, Ohayo. Next is the film from 1959. This is Ozu's 51st film. This is the film Floating Weeds. Now we return to this DVD set which I showed earlier. This is spine number 232. Again, this is a DVD. And this has on the second disc the film Floating Weeds. Now the film has been released on a number of other formats as well, I should point out, included which is, it does appear on this Blu-ray release here, which I have here, which is from Masters of Cinema, Eureka, Floating Weeds. This is Masters of Cinema spine number 41 for your information. And this is the dual format release version of that. So Floating Weeds. Also, I understand Floating Weeds is available to watch on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So if I'm not mistaken, then you can always watch it there. But here we go. Floating Weeds from 1959. Next is the film from 1960, and the film is called Late Autumn. Late Autumn is the 52nd film by Ozu. This particular release is the DVD from the Eclipse Series 3 Late Ozu set. And the film has also been released on Japanese Blu-ray as well, in case you're interested, which has English subtitles. Here we go. This is the film, right? This is Late Autumn right here. So if you're interested in a Blu-ray release, there's that. But we also have the Criterion Collection DVD release of Late Autumn. This is also, I understand it, available to watch on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So once again, from 1960, Late Autumn. Next is film from 1961. This is Ozu's 53rd film. This is the film called, in English, The End of Summer. The End of Summer. And this is a film that is available on a DVD from the Criterion Collection Eclipse Series. This is, again, Eclipse Series 3, Late Ozu. This also, I understand, is available to watch on the Criterion Channel streaming service. So once again, we have the film The End of Summer from 1961. Ozu's 54th and final film from 1962. This is the film An Autumn Afternoon. the film An Autumn Afternoon. This is spine number 446. This film has also been released on other labels. This just happens to be the Criterion Collection release right here. And also I understand that this film is available to watch on the Criterion channel. So you have a number of options available to you if you are seeking to watch the film An Autumn Afternoon from 1962. Once again, this is Ozu's final film. So my dear friends, that is a brief overview of some options that one might have if one is looking for what Ozu films are available in English. Now, what I hope is made clear is that we have a number of options. The Criterion Collection, of course, has a fairly healthy representation of Ozu works, as hopefully I've tried to make clear here. But we do have other possibilities. I would point out that the BFI is really, really good with its Ozu releases, I would say, in terms of the breadth of scope of films, especially dating back to the early period. So if you're looking for more Ozu films beyond what is available on Criterion Collection physical media releases, then the BFI is certainly a place to go. If you are interested in watching Ozu films, but if you are instead thinking about streaming, then the Criterion channel, at least as far as I understand it, has a wealth of Ozu films that are made available. And so it'll be really great. It'll be a great resource to use if you are looking to engage in or go on a journey through the works of Yasujiro Ozu. So once again, I've tried to present the information about the Criterion channel to the best of my ability, but I might have been mistaken some places, and if I am, please forgive me. So please, you can always correct me in the comment section below as far as what films are indeed available to watch on the Criterion channel. So if you're going for the Criterion channel, chances are you're going to get a lot, most of the currently existing Ozu films. So that is a great resource to have. Unfortunately, you're not going to get all of them. For instance, I understand that Days of Youth, I'm not sure if Days of Youth is on the Criterion channel, and if it's not, then your best bet is to go to the BFI DVD set. Also, the film, what is it? The Fighting Friends Japanese style, I don't think is available on the Criterion channel or on any official DVD or physical media release as far as I'm aware. Also, the Munekata Sisters, I think, is the same, and also the documentary, I think, is also not available as well. The Kagami jishi documentary, I'm not sure is available in any official English language supported release, and thus I don't think it's available on the Criterion channel. But despite those gaps, you are getting most of the Ozu catalog through the Criterion channel as far as I understand it. And so once again, you have many options available to you as far as physical media releases go, but the Criterion channel is also great. So in case you're interested, my friends, there you go. So this is all basically to just celebrate the emergence of the latest Criterion release of an Ozu work in the Criterion Collection. That is The Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice. And if you haven't gotten this yet, I strongly recommend that you get this. This is a very interesting work in the catalog of Ozu. It is considered, I think, maybe a somewhat minor work in the grand scheme of Ozu's filmography, but perhaps that might change with the advent of this release. And if more people see it, more people might take to this film very positively, and it might change its general critical consensus. But and I hope that happens, because this is a very lovely film, I think. A Flavor of Green Tea Over Rice. I highly recommend it if you are interested in exploring the works of Yasujiro Ozu. Okay, my friends, that is it as far as this video is concerned. I hope you found it interesting. If you have any thoughts or comments or corrections to make, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. I'd very much love to hear what it is you have to say. Other than that, my friends, I hope you are well, and I hope that you and your family and friends are happy and healthy, and that you continue to watch a lot of great, great movies. So until we meet again, my friends, cheers.